Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Mask and Cowl. That has been, I am Justin. Today, we are talking about movies. Specifically, and first of all, we're going to be talking about Iron Lung. I just got back. It is Thursday night, January 29th, and I just saw the premiere of Iron Lung. So we're gonna get talking about that. Um, First and foremost, Ben, how you doing? How's your week going?
I'm good. Week's been going pretty solid so far. I did not see Iron Lung, so just like
Yeah, it's
everybody
just
else
gonna be
listening,
yeah,
I'm gonna be intrigued.
yeah.
I might probably have a few questions, but go we
Yeah.
can just
So
fire off whatever you got.
yeah, so we're gonna talk about Iron Lung because that's like the big thing right now that I want to make sure we got this out for. But I also did over the last week. We've had a lot of snow. I think you've had some snow and stuff too. Maybe I don't know if
A
it was
little
more
bit.
or less. But yeah, we had a ton of snow. Our brother lives with us, and his car has been stuck in the driveway. He has not been able to take his car out for the past week because the ice is just so bad around his tires. He can't get traction to leave the
Has he
park.
been able to go to work?
Well, luckily we work at the same place, so we took them the one day that we did
Okay.
it. They actually shut down one of the days that we were supposed to go, and then apparently there's more snow coming this weekend. So I don't know if you guys are getting hit by that, but apparently we are. And then
I think a little bit.
I have a big trip coming up on Monday, so I'm hoping the roads are safe and we're able to get out of here. Excuse me. I think I'm thinking about going like a long way around, just sticking like to a highway instead of going like through the mountain curvy roads or whatever.
Yeah.
Just adding an extra half an hour to an hour to the trip just to make sure I'm on like major
It's
highways
safe.
instead. Yeah, be a lot
Yeah.
safer because I really don't like driving through the windy mountains if I can help it.
I don't mind it as long as roads are clear, but during the snow time,
Yeah,
obviously it's going to be more
yeah.
dangerous.
So I'm gonna try and do that. But yeah, but I did like I said, we got some snow. We had a lot of like we had a little bit of extra time off or whatever. Just not much to do, but just sit inside because we couldn't get out for a lot of it. So I binged a bunch of like kind of all timer movie, like some really good stuff for the most part. So we're gonna
That's
talk about
good.
that. So I've got like, including Iron Lung, I've got 5 movies to talk about today, and that's a crazy amount. I know. And I said you said that you didn't really have anything new to talk about, but I'm pretty
I haven't
sure
really
we have
watched any.
talked about some of these, and
Okay.
that you like them. So I'm interested to see what your takes are because I'm pretty sure you've seen most, if not all, of these.
Okay.
But first, yeah, I just want to talk about Iron Lung first. We'll go ahead and get into that because I think that I'm hoping that some people are here for that. And yeah, it's fresh, hot off the presses. It's opening night. Um, so yeah,
Spoiler
anything.
warning.
Um,
No spoilers.
I'm gonna really just try to stay free spoiled. It's not something you'd need to spoil really. I don't
Hmm.
need to do like a spoiler warning or a spoiler review part of this even. Um, I don't think I. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna do my very best to be spoiler free. Just but so yeah, I am. I've been a Markiplier. I've watched Markiplier for like over a decade at this point. Um, I kind of come and go as far as how much I watch. Like sometimes I'll like be watching a lot of his videos over the course of like a month or two. I'm just watching a lot of his stuff, and then I'll fall off for like 6 to 8 months. But then I'll just watch a bunch more. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Watched him a lot in college. Watched him in high school. Uh, yeah, so I mean, I've been watching Mark almost since he started. I was like within the first like year or two of him starting. So I've been following him for years, and just seeing this project, uh, it's uh, it's just really cool and impressive to see him get this far and like make like an actual like full blown movie that he wrote and directed and completely funded himself. It is very weird because we had trailers before it, and then normally you've got like several title cards that come up for the production companies or whatever whenever you go see a movie. There was nothing. So the trailers ended, and like the last thing, usually there's like a Coca Cola trailer, or not a trailer, but like a commercial for Coca Cola is like the last thing usually, like tied in with the theater or whatever. There's a Coca Cola
Yeah.
trailer, and then the movie just starts, and it's just first scene. You're just in it, with no like fanfare of like the production companies and stuff like that because it's
Oh
just him,
wow.
which was kind of cool to see. Never seen that before.
Why would no company like
He's
pick him
self
up
he's
for
self
that?
produced. He funded everything.
He just wanted complete creative control. Is that why?
Yeah, he wanted to make a movie. It was just like a
Okay.
passion project for him. He really liked this game. I think he's wanted to make like this kind of stuff for a while. Um, he well, okay, I'm getting a little bit of him. I'll talk about the Markiplier aspect or whatever on the back
Okay.
end of it, I guess. That's on me. I got a little ahead of myself there. I'm gonna give Iron Lung a score out of 10. I feel like you gotta. This is a special type of movie because you gotta kind of take in all the factors considering it or whatever, and just understand that it's like an indie film and or
I would
whatever.
hate this movie.
Really?
I think so.
I
The
don't
way you're
know.
talking about it, I
Maybe,
think I would hate
but
this
I think that
movie.
this is like I would give it like probably a 7 out of 10, maybe 7.5. Um, like honestly, I was talking to my wife about this on the way home. I think the worst thing about this movie, and I love Mark, is his acting. Just because it's like his first thing. Like the writing is decent. The dialogue is factors into that in my opinion. Like the acting slash dialogue is
Yeah.
not the greatest. It's I mean I've seen worse in full budget movies, but like it's not anything to write home about. But
I
like
could feel that in the trailers too.
a
Like
lot
in
of
the trailers, some of the lines I was like,
yeah, a lot of most if not all the editing was done by him. You're frozen on my screen. You there? Hold on.
"Mm."
Okay, there we go. Getting a funny picture here. Hang on. Okay, and we're back. Okay, yeah, technical difficulty there. Yeah, like he did most, if not all, the editing. Like he was able to do some of it, like on like official editing purpose. Like I think he went to the Warner Brothers thing. Talked about it on his podcast. Some he went to like the Warner Brothers lot for some of it and was able to use some of the like the professional editing stuff. But a lot of it, like he turned one of his spare bathrooms on his house into like a server farm and stuff like that for all the processing power and stuff like that. A lot
Try
like
to keep it cool and all, I
oh yeah, I mean
guess.
he was doing he was like building like these massive computers to like run all the stuff or whatever. Like it was a super like in-house done thing. Like there's camera crew that he hired. There's this that or the other thing. I mean he wrote it and directed it, but it's really cool. It's just it like just knowing how little um hands-on other people got with this. Like which is like the most fascinating thing to me because like this is super just him with like I mean there
Yeah.
are other people. There's a few other actors involved. There's a few other people who do their voices or whatever. Um, you see a couple other people briefly for like a scene or two. Um, so, but like I mean he's in an isolated. It's a bottle episode movie. He's in an isolated place and he's stuck there doing whatever he's doing, and I mean like he carries it. But the editing, the sound design, like the set piece and everything. Honestly, like super, especially like having seen him play uh, the game like years ago. Uh, it it was really well made. You could tell that like a lot of care went into it, a lot of like passion went into it, stuff like that. And honestly, my favorite thing about it, honestly, is the score. The soundtrack, like the background music for this
Really?
is phenomenal. It's so good. Like it's top tier. It's just so well scored. I don't know if that was him. I don't know who that was. I need to find out. Um, but yeah, it was. I had a really great time with it. I mean, I think that like this kind of thing kind of has a ceiling, but I think that it's written fine. I think that it's directed honestly, like directed well, which is the crazy
Have you
thing.
have
Yeah,
you seen any of the other YouTube creators' movies? I think of
I
like
think
the
Smosh has a
Philip.
movie, but no.
I think. Well, I'm thinking like not like a movie about their channel, but like of just a movie because I think like I don't know if you know the Philip brothers. I don't know. They make horror movies. I was just gonna ask you how it would stack up to that, but if you haven't seen, I haven't seen them either. But is this something that you think that could springboard Markiplier into other roles, or do you think
I don't know.
I
So like I was
was
talking to my wife about this. This is technically not his first like real acting thing, I don't think. Cuz I mean, he's made his own stuff on YouTube obviously, and he's been doing YouTube for years. But there's also an Amazon show called Edge of Sleep that he is in. I think he's one of, if not the main character, but it's like a mini series, like a small thing, and I haven't
okay?
watched it yet. Um every time I go to watch it, they take it down. They keep like taking it down, putting it back up, whatever. So I just haven't gotten around to it. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm very interested to see where this is going because this thing is blown up as far as like recognition and stuff.
Would you would you say that someone who isn't a Markiplier fan would still enjoy this movie?
Yes, especially if you like
Artsy.
horror thriller. It's not. I don't even think it's that super artsy. Like it kind of is. Like it's not artsy in the way that like Robert Eager movies are. Like this it's artsy in the way that like there's like passion, but like it feels like a person's first romp. But like in my opinion, like one of the best ways that a person who with it, I feel like this came out like as good as you could possibly expect it to. Because there's like everything that's kind of like a shortcoming as far as like just movies in general go is like stuff that you're like, yeah, I would expect that from like a YouTuber who's making his first movie. Like it's kind of stuff that like that makes sense. Nothing super. Nothing, there's nothing disappointing about this movie. So it's like the low points are like stuff that you kind of that makes sense that like that's just kind of like what I would expect going into this. But there's
So
just a
if
ton of
I
other high stuff, and
so if I
also
showed you
oh,
if you unknowingly unaware if I showed you this movie and you had no idea about it, would you think it was the director's first time or the actor's first time?
the director probably not. Probably
Okay.
not.
You'd probably
The
be like,
Mark, I would
that
like.
actor probably needs to be replaced.
I wouldn't say need to be replaced. I'm just like he just it feels a little bit like the acting or whatever. It feels like I don't know, like a kind of a B tier, C tier movie as far as the acting goes.
Yeah.
Like not quite. I feel like it's a little more dramatic than like something like Sharknado or whatever. But
Okay.
like it like those are a little bit almost campy or whatever. Like my wife was
Yeah.
saying that she was expecting, and my brother also, he was like, I'm expecting because it's this guy, because it's Markiplier, that it's that he's gonna make it kind of funny or campy or whatever. They didn't know anything about it, and my brother didn't go, but me and my wife went, and she's watched a bunch of Mark with me. But so she kind of, I told her, oh yeah, it's a Mark Plier. He's making a horror movie, or whatever. And she even said on the way home she thinks it's more of a thriller than horror. Um, I get there's
Yeah.
not really. I don't know if it's spoilers to say there's not really jump scares, um, but there's like slow scares. It's like what would be jump scares, and I really liked it. They're like more slow and like not subtle, but just they kind of take their time with them, so that they're not just like in your face. Just it's really
Yeah.
I liked it a lot for that on those aspects. Um, uh, but they were. She kind of said she was expecting it to be more kind of funny or campy, and it just wasn't. But she was like impressed with the fact that it wasn't like that it like
Hmm.
took itself seriously. And I think it does. Um, the one other thing you said was like someone who's not a big fan of Markiplier, like would they enjoy this? In my opinion, honestly, I think you might enjoy it more if you're not a fan of Markiplier. Like if you don't, it was really hard for me to disassociate like this character from the person that I've watched for the past decade.
Yeah.
That was like the issue for me was that like I'm like I can see Mark doing all this stuff this is Mark doing this. But if you didn't have that background, if you were just watching it without really being as familiar with him or whatever as just a movie, you might even like it more, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, I would
It
say
has
that
that indie feel to it.
it does. It really does. And I mean, like I said, like the 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 only like negatives, honestly, in my opinion, is like some of some, not even all of the dialogue writing could be like better if it was like really really good. But I think that it's honestly fine, like really fine for what it is. I think that like the lows, like I said, are like where you would expect this movie to be at, and then like the highs throughout it are like way higher, which was really surprising and really good. It was a good
Do you
surprise.
think that this is a genre that Markiplier should stay in, or is this something that you like? Well, do you think that he'll do anything more? Because I mean,
I have
he's
no
a
idea.
people are yeah he's made it well known how much this process has sucked for him. I think
Kind of, yeah, in my
so.
opinion, yeah. But I mean, like,
So
I think that I don't know because it's been like something he wanted to do, but it's not like that he wanted to do this as a living. It's like this has like always been like, it's almost like
passion
if
project.
someone's like, oh, I always had the dream of becoming an astronaut, and then they get to they're one day they're like a celebrity and Jeff Bezos flies into space or whatever. They're like, that's that
That's good
counts.
enough.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I'm good.
that's the dream, or like that was that
The itch
thing
is
checked off the
scratched.
list. Yeah. So like
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be because like the reception to this, at least before seeing it, has been crazy. It started off with like I think under 1 or 200 theaters in the country, and now it's like over 3,000 theaters worldwide have picked it up.
Wow.
Yeah, like because like theater companies all over the world have been just being absolutely slammed. They've been accusing him of botting because um, just his fan base, just all over the world, has just been requesting it so much via like email to
Ugh,
their like whatever. So like he's had to have like personal conversations with some of these companies and be like, no, it's just the crazy
my
fans.
fan.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, like for what it is, it's really impressive for what it is. I really enjoyed it. Like I say it's a 7, and I'm like, there's just it's crazy how good it. Like I was really scared because I'm like, okay, um, I would expect this kind of thing to have a lot of CGI because it's what it is. But at the same time, man, it really doesn't. Like almost all of this is practical, and it looks really good. The stuff that is there looks really really good. Um,
I guess all I saw was the trailer, and I don't really watch Markiplier, but that was the vibe I was getting from the trailer was that this was not a movie. Typically, with smaller budget movies, you don't get CGI because if you're going to get CGI, it's going to be horrible. And I really, I don't, again, I don't watch Markiplier really, but he doesn't come off as that type of guy.
mhm.
Like, he's not going to put bad CGI on it just for the sake of
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
easier.
yeah. I agree. I just didn't know because like the game, I think that you can beat the game in like an hour. In the movie's an hour and a half. So I'm like, there's not a ton of material there. I was like wondering what he's gonna do with the story because there is like a story and lore with the game and stuff like that. Um, but now I want to go back and rewatch and play it and see like what is different or whatever. Um, I mean, this is special. This is special. It might even like it might for me. There was some like stuff going on with some of the people there or whatever, so I was a little distracted for a little bit of it. Um, but if I was like, I really hope that this comes to physical, uh, somehow gets a physical distribution because I want to buy it, I want to own it, and I want to be able to watch it at home. Um, and if and when it does, like you really want to rewatch it, and really just kind of be able to soak it in and see how I like it upon further viewings or whatever. I mean, I'll definitely get it if it comes to physical, just for the support reasons and all that. Anyway, I'm wearing my Markiplier merch right now. Distractables the podcast. Um,
Do you
but
think that this could be in your top 10 at the end of the year?
could it? Absolutely. Yeah. But you
Wow.
also know me. I also like I tend to play when I do my rankings or whatever. I tend to play a little bit with my heart. Like
Yeah.
I think
That's
2023,
fine.
I had I think Dungeons and Dragons was my favorite movie of the year just because that movie blew me away and it's just so fun and stuff like that. So like
It was a fun
I don't
movie.
think that it's gonna be like my top five or anything, but I have a like it'll be hard to knock out of my top 10 just because of like how it means to me. And I mean even like 2 years ago, like I would say that this movie is probably a better movie. Maybe this is like at least on par with like Sonic 3 as far as a movie goes.
Wow.
Like, but I love Sonic 3. And
Yeah.
like just because of all the
Well,
nostalgia and
Sonic,
the characters and stuff like that.
I
Like
guess,
the
I mean, I
dialogue in
haven't
this
seen
movie
it
is
in a
better
while.
than that.
Sonic Three's dialogue is not that bad.
The human stuff is pretty bad.
I think the James Marsden stuff is bad. I don't think the Eggman and his grandpa stuff is bad.
Yeah, I don't mind that because it's kind of supposed to be. They're supposed to be kind of campy characters like
Yeah.
the hedgehogs or whatever. But like the military stuff, like the gun people, the Jessica Jones character, and
Well, that
James
was funny
Marsden and
with
stuff like that. They're just I don't know. They kind
that
of
part.
annoy me.
That was funny with the when the grandpa and Eggman ran into her. But yeah, the outside of that, yeah, that part was um dumb.
So
But
yeah, I do hope that this is going to be in my top 10. But we got a pretty
interesting.
stacked year going here, so we'll see. But I really liked
Yeah.
it. For now, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for now.
Huh? That's
It
good.
could improve for me. We'll see. It's kind of a mixed bag because I am a fan, but I'm also uh, like I don't I think I like there's a lot to respect and a lot to enjoy about this movie. Like there's a lot of heart that went into this movie. I think this is like
Yeah.
a good movie. Like Seven is good. I think this is like a legitimately good movie. Um,
And that's just for a guy who's never done it before and just
exactly. That's the crazy part about it. Yeah, yeah. Very excited to see how it does. Um, all right, so that's the Iron Lung. We got that out of the way.
right.
So there's a few movies I want to talk about though that I watched, and I think you're a
Okay.
fan of most of these movies. We could briefly talk about Shutter Island. I texted you the other day,
Okay.
told you I was watching that. Out of the other four movies I watched besides Iron Lung, this is the only one I had ever seen before. I saw this in
Oh,
college.
wow.
Um, I saw this in college years ago, and I thought of it way differently. We've talked about this recently, and this is what made me want to watch it again because like Shutter Island's always been the movie that I go to, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's open ended. When you think of an open ended movie that you don't know what the real ending or what the truth is at the end, it's Shutter Island, and you're like. The other day we were talking about it, and you're like, "That's not the case. Shutter Island's pretty clear what it's doing."
Yeah.
Which at this point, I'm like 90 to 95% in agreement with you. I think that there's like a little
I
bit of a little bit of ambiguity.
You
Um,
could conceivably, I guess, argue it,
that
but
like
it's like,
that like they're like corrupt and they're like tricking him and they've been drugging because like all the hints and Easter eggs, not Easter eggs, all the hints and like breadcrumbs are there. That like at the beginning of the movie, he's looking for his cigarettes on the boat, and there's Mark Ruffalo's character, and he's like, "Oh, here, you can have one of mine." Like, so everything we see him like take and ingest, he's getting from
the
someone else.
guards are armed around him because he's a prisoner and they're kind of skittish. There's different things. If you look at like breakdowns, like
I do,
even
I
with
I agree with you. But I think that there's some things that kind of the problem is the really frustrating thing is either way, and it's the same. There's the same like issue, but it's not a bad thing. It's just the way that these stories are. It's actually similar to Iron Lung because, well, I'm not going to go into that because that's spoilers. But with Shutter Island at least, you don't. He's not necessarily the most. He's not a reliable narrator because like in Shutter Island,
yeah.
he's you don't know if he's crazy. You don't know if he's drugged. You don't know what's going on. So you don't know what you can even as the viewer believe is really happening or not. As far like
Well, he's
scenes like
pretty
when he
reliable until the end.
well no well that's what I'm saying like we don't know what scenes like scenes where he's on his own with somebody like he meets the doctor who's like the real Rachel or whatever in the cave when he goes down to
Yeah.
try and find Mark Ruffalo who fell supposedly or whatever. He meets that doctor in the cave and she's like, yo, yeah, they tried to say I'm crazy and I'm hiding from him or whatever. Like we don't know. I assume because like I said I'm mostly in agreement with you that he is crazy, he's a patient, but we assume that scene didn't actually happen, but we don't know is the thing. Like that could have all
Yeah.
been in his head, but you don't know that. Like I don't know.
That was
Just
probably
a
the
lot
one
of
for
stuff.
me that I always look back at as like, okay, so if she wasn't real, like what, or like, is she real? Is it a different person? Like what actually took place there?
And
That
and
is,
like when the doctor, I mean, because Mark Ruffalo is the doctor supposedly who
yeah,
was on vacation or whatever. Like, why did I mean I like not why because I obviously everyone's in on it is the thing, but either everyone's in on it to trick him in the first place, or everyone's in on it because they're acting out the thing for his like the treatment or whatever. Either way, it really just comes down to like, are they corrupt and they're like I think that there is a case there, but I do lean towards I think
but
I'm
I think
accepting
the
that
fact
it's
that even Leo, who went through the whole time thinking that it was just the corrupt side, even with his, I don't know, like your thoughts on the last line is,
oh the last
the
line
last line
is
was like,
great yeah.
yeah, it's
Um,
better to, what does he say?
he says oh man I just had it it was
It's like die a hero than live as a monster or something
it's
like
like
that.
is it better to live as a monster or die as a good man something like that.
Yeah.
And
And
then
so
that's
to
when the
me
guy's
that
like,
tells
wait
me
a minute,
like
maybe he does realize.
he does.
Yeah, I mean, if he's if he is the patient and it's not like the corrupt thing or whatever, which again I mostly agree, um, then I think that is still him. Like he understands, or he's like not as crazy. I get like he's coming to terms with it, but he's like, well, I could just like let it play out for this. I'll just, it's better to let myself have this fantasy and go ahead and die, thinking that I'm a good man than what obviously.
Yeah.
But very good movie.
What do you
Super
what do you
good
give
movie.
what do you give it out of 10?
I think I'd give it an 8. I give it an 8.
I think I'd go 8.5.
Yeah, I was between an
It's
8 and
probably
an
my
8.5.
favorite it's probably my favorite Scorsese movie I've ever seen. Um, that or The Departed. I think I would put it over The Departed though.
It might be. I can't remember like off the top of my head other ones I've seen. I know I have, but let's see. So yeah, like Shutter Island. Yeah, I just want to briefly talk about that. The rest of these movies, I watched them for the first time this week. Um, one of them I watched last night, and I don't remember. I'm gonna go in the order that I watched them. So the next one up is The Social Network.
Good movie.
I've never seen The Social Network until like a couple days ago. That was also really good. Yeah,
Really good.
I was in it, man. I was like,
Here's the thing.
it's just
I
interesting. It's just a cool.
I haven't gone back to rewatch it, and I know when I started to watch it, it was almost a chore to bring myself to it because you're like, it's not a very
Yeah.
interesting topic. to
Yeah,
me.
it's like a slow
But
burn
it's
movie.
just a good movie.
It is. It's really good. The acting is great. The
Andrew
writing
Garfield.
is great. Andrew Garfield is great.
And who plays
Justin-
Mark Zuckerberg? That's Jesse Eisenberg. That's right.
Yep.
He's
Yep.
so awesome in that role.
He's
like,
the perfect. He's the perfect guy for that role.
yeah.
It's so
They're
good.
making a second one, right?
Did not know that.
Yeah, this year comes out. It's not Jesse Eisenberg. It's is it Kieran Culkin?
Is it official? Like, I mean, is it linked to
No,
that?
Yeah, it's official. It's like instead of The Social Network, it's like The Social Reckoning. Could be wrong. It's something weird, but it's not the same people. Not Kieran Culkin. They get somebody else. I was thinking of the movie that Kieran Culkin and Jesse Eisenberg is in together.
The Social Reckoning. It looks like that is it. Jeremy Strong.
Yeah. Jeremy Strong, that's right. Which
Okay.
great actor, and that's why you're kind of like, are they cooking here? I don't know. I would not have wanted really a follow-up movie to The Social Network. I don't know why you'd make this.
You said it's not the same people as far as like it's not the same actors, or it's not the same.
It's not the same actors, and I don't think it's David Fincher, is it? Because I think David Fincher made Social Network.
It's Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I think I'd heard that he has made some good movies. People talk about this project are like, I'm actually very excited actually for that. I was not expecting a second, a sequel, but looking forward to it. That one, I mean, I don't know when I'll see it. It might not be this year. I don't know. Might be like a wait till it hits
Yeah.
streaming.
Yeah.
But The Social Network, good. Also, Army Hammer is really good in that too. Justin Timberlake,
Army Hammer's
pretty
in that?
good. He's the twins.
Oh, he is. Oh, he's both of them. I was wondering like, as I was watching that. I was wondering if I was like, did they get twins for this, or is this just the same person playing both? I didn't.
It's
recognize.
probably-
I thought that he was familiar, but I didn't recognize that it was Army
Yep.
Hammer. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, not much to say about it. I enjoyed it. It was really good. It's kind of like lived up
What
to
do
the
you
hype.
give that out of 10?
Probably also an 8, maybe 8.5.
Yeah, probably around
they're,
there.
all the movies I saw are in that range for the most part. Man, now I'm trying to remember what I watched. Oh no, I remember. There's one that's higher, and it's the next one. So yeah, I enjoyed Social Network. Just quickly and briefly on that. Then the next movie was, I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones that you really like, because you were talking about F1 recently. I didn't watch F1 because it's not on anything yet. But Ford v Ferrari.
Oh,
Have you seen
okay. Yeah,
that?
that's a good
Okay,
one.
I don't know what you were hoping for.
I was hoping for Rush, but I'll
I
take
don't know
Ford
what that
versus
is,
Ferrari.
but Ford v Ferrari. Like,
Yeah.
I watched that. The whole time I'm like, this movie is perfect. This
It's just
movie
so fun.
was blowing me away. That's the problem, man. It's so fun, and then the end
Yeah.
hits you with like 5 different tons of bricks. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
hated the end, but I can't let that sway me because like I think that
You hated the ending?
I'm assuming that that's like what happened, right, or whatever. I'm assuming because
How
it's
he
like
how he died?
how he died, how he
Yeah.
threw the end of the race. I assume
I don't know
that
about that part. I know he died. They were practicing for the Le Mans for the next year and he died.
yeah, man.
So that's accurate.
I was like, this is like a 9 to 10. It's like in that range. The
You
entire
love this
movie.
movie.
I
I like
loved
this movie.
that movie.
I give it like an 8.
Like, man, I tell you, when that's Matt Damon, right?
Matt Damon and Christian
When
Bale.
Matt Damon, especially like in that like time period when he does stuff like that, like isn't he also in Air? Which is not that time
Yeah.
period,
Yep.
but like he's kind of almost that same type of character a little bit. He's like
Yeah.
a smooth talking like sales guy type of deal. Not sales guy, but he's like a
He's great as Carol Shelby. He's
yes, he's
so
so good.
perfect.
Like I'm not even
So
a big
perfect.
Matt Damon fan, but I'm getting
I
there.
like Matt
I'm for
Damon.
sure getting there because like
Yeah.
he's so good in this movie, and Christian Bale just knocks it out of the park, man.
Yep.
Between man, I'm telling you, I keep thinking that
Awesome.
certain people are overrated. I like them, but I keep thinking that I keep thinking that Leo's overrated. I keep thinking Christian Bale's overrated. I like these actors, but I'm like these are like the you know the poster boys of like people's favorite actors or whatever. You get Leo, you get Brad Pitt, you get the one we were just talking about.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon,
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Like all these guys are like, oh, they're the greatest actors of all time. Like, sure, but like to an extent,
McConaughey.
yeah, he's up there. I don't. But man, I keep thinking like, oh yeah, these guys are overrated. And then I'll watch like a good movie with them, and I'm like,
They're good.
they're so,
so
good.
This
These
also
guys are
has,
so good.
but like, it's not just those guys. The guys are in this movie. I don't know his name, but the guy who is like the chairman who makes him throw the race, basically.
That is
He's in a.
up until the
He's in
ending.
a ton
He
of
was my
movies.
only problem with this movie. I hated that guy. I thought that he was
You did
super like
because he
cartoonishly evil.
basically.
I was like
Yeah.
that. I think he is the reason because like I will not change my score on this movie because of how much I really hated the ending. Because I do think I'm assuming that it's mostly based on the events or whatever. Like that you know they're doing that. I just
think it's
hate that
it's
stuff
accurate.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hate that stuff happened. But like the movie itself was great. Like man, I was smiling so much in this movie. They're just having a great time when Christian Bale's driving around. When he's in the car with his wife and his wife is driving. He's got the groceries. And he's like eating the chips, the bugles or whatever. And then like his wife is like trying to get the truth out. I'm like, where were you last night? And she's like driving like crazy or whatever. Like I was
slow down.
cracking up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that scene is so good. That's oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that movie is fantastic. The only negative I have in that movie is like the villains are a little hammy.
It's also got what's it, John Bernthal in it too.
It does, yeah. I'm like, this guy's
And he's
barely in it. I
great.
expected him to kind of be more in it when I saw him. I was like, oh, he's gonna do, but like he's like the good bad, like not bad guy, but he's like the good person who's like in with the bad guys or the villains.
I think
or the
when I watched that
antagonists, I
movie,
guess.
I don't know if it's because of certain race movies. Sometimes racing movies, it's tough for the payoff because of the nature of how long races are, and it's just I don't know. There's something about races that it's tough.
Speed Racer.
I didn't in that movie. My only complaint is there's really no peak. There's not really a climax. Like it's not like down to a wire between him and another guy. The guy's engine breaks, and so he's just kind of smooth rolling the
Well,
rest
it's
of the
not down to
race.
the wire like at that point by the end for sure. They
Yeah,
have
but,
they
like-
have multiple moments, but you kind of have to have that because of how long the race is.
Yeah, I just like I want a peak. I want a climax, and it's not. There wasn't. I like the movie. I do. Me, I like the first half probably better than the second half, just because if you like the first half, I like the attitude, and it does get me going when he's just like, "What did Ferrari say about Ford?" And like when the CEO is just like, "What did he say?" And he's just like, "Oh, I wouldn't sell him to stupid Ford," or like insulting, and like, "We're gonna make a race team." I was just
Yeah.
like, "Let's
Oh,
go get Carol
Oh
Shelby
my gosh,
in
my
there."
my favorite scene in the whole movie was actually the I couldn't wait to talk about it was the scene where after they lose they lose a race, or they lose I think a few races after they basically change the driver on them.
Yeah.
They like screw
Oh,
Christian Bale over,
the fight.
and then they go in. No, not the fight. They go in. Matt Damon gets pulled into the office, and the guy's like sitting there. It's like an intimidation thing. He's just like, "Tell me why I shouldn't fire you right now." And basically, he gives him a speech, and by the end of it, he's like, "So you're welcome." Like, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It like completely flips the whole room, and it's like, huh. Matt Damon.
Does Matt Damon do that?
Yeah, Matt Damon gives a speech to the Ford, like the head of Ford or whatever. He brings him in there, and he's just like, you know, you were supposed to make me a race car that could win. We're getting humiliated. The race car's in shambles. This whole thing's been for nothing. Why shouldn't I just fire you and everyone right now? And basically, Matt Damon gives a whole speech. And basically, at the end of the speech is, "You're welcome." And it's like...
He's so like, no nonsense in that movie.
It's so good.
When he gets the owner of Ford or CEO ever in the car with him to show him what the car does and all.
And I like, obviously, I mean, it's obviously a story thing or whatever. And I don't know how much of that was. I assume that wasn't like accurate. But that's probably for.
It's still dope.
But it's so good. The fact that he was a race car driver and can do that stuff, he just can't like because of the like the heart condition or whatever. He can't do it like professionally anymore. But he's still got that dog in him, you know, that he can do all that stuff and go crazy with the guy in the car, you know.
I think probably my favorite part about the movie though is the cinematography because the colors
are
so vibrant.
It looks so amazing.
It's just I think that's what plays a factor into how fun it is. Just like they're not afraid to show the color. There's no gray, like it's vibrant.
Man, all the movies that I watched this week, they're so different.
You're not really a racing guy. I didn't think that you.
No, but
really
I like a good movie. I like a good movie, and I knew I would like it once I watched it. There's just so many movies that are like that I'm like, I need to get around to watching, so I will like them.
I don't know if you feel the same way about it, but I would recommend, if you like that movie, I'd recommend Rush. It's Chris Hemsworth and the guy who plays Baron Zemo.
Okay,
gotcha. They're in it. Good movie, but racing as well. Anyway.
So yeah, I like that movie. I'm gonna give that movie a 9.
I give it like an 8. It's a good movie.
I think that's really good. So that's 4, and then there's one more. This one I watched last night, and I don't remember. I feel like this is a you movie. Like I feel like I've gotten the vibe, or that you've mentioned that you like this movie, but I can't remember. It's either between this movie and The Nice Guys. Have you seen The Nice Guys? Because I haven't seen that one yet.
I love The Nice Guys.
Okay, that's worrying me because I can't remember which one. I feel like this was also one, but I could be wrong. This is a Tarantino movie that reminds me. It gives me similar vibes.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes. Have you seen this movie?
Yes.
Do you like this movie?
What do you think? What do you think?
I think this movie is crazy and all over the place. But
do you think it's good?
I think it's as good as any other Tarantino movie. Well, maybe not Hateful Eight. I really like Hateful Eight.
I did like Hateful Eight.
I enjoyed it, but I did not know what was going on. I also didn't know about. I found this out afterwards because I was looking up stuff or whatever. That it's not based on a true story.
Same.
But it's like the Margot Robbie's character. I kept wondering like, why are we bouncing around between all these characters? Like, what's happening? Sharon Tate. What's happening with all these different characters? It keeps bouncing around to like who am I supposed to care about? Like, what is the resolution? Like, what's going on with these people?
This movie's not made for us.
It's made for people who knew about that history, I guess. Or
yeah.
But also like it's like a fanfic of it is the thing.
Yep. It's the same thing as Inglourious Bastards.
But I really like. I guess that's true. Which I like Inglourious Bastards.
I do too.
I really liked. I mean, I enjoyed it. I did. I thought there was a lot of great stuff. I thought it looked great. Leo is still fantastic. That's why, like this week, I watched 2 Leo movies, and I was like, Leo is fantastic in both these movies.
Yeah, Leo's great.
Brad Pitt, even. That's why I brought up Brad Pitt again.
Brad Pitt's awesome. I will keep talking about it. Anyway, yeah, I think you say you enjoyed it. 95% of this movie, you're like,
what's going on?
I don't know what I'm watching.
Yes.
I don't know what this is.
Like, I don't know. Pick a direction. Yeah,
the last 5 minutes, you're like, if the rest of the movie was like this 5 minutes, it was a little over the top though. Like they should have.
Oh yeah, it's great.
That's Tarantino.
But like the whole because in my opinion that's fine because the whole time I don't know what's going on. So like
Yeah.
the end, I was like, are you really just gonna kill off these characters like that? Because I didn't know about the historical thing. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, are
Yeah.
you really just gonna send these like hippies in here and they're gonna kill like the main characters and that's like the way you're gonna end it? And I'm like, that's. I was so ready to be upset by that, and the fact that they're like, no, we're just gonna make it ridiculous and just like make them like win and like
Absolutely.
alter history. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
but I
Baseball,
don't want
fastball.
the whole movie to be that though. I like
I
that
don't
that was.
either, but I'm sorry, but in according to like actual story and movies, it's not good. It's not good because the movie is
I
not
don't think
like
it's good. I'd give it like, well, I mean, I think it's good. I don't think it's great. I'd give it seven point
I
five.
I give it like a 6. I can't. You're not gonna. I'm not giving this a good score because the last 5 minutes was entertaining. The rest of it was like nothing. If you're constantly asking yourself during a movie like, why am I watching this right now? That's not good to me. And I'm not gonna let. In the last 5 minutes, it's not like the last 5 minutes like connected. It kind of connected, but not really because for us, we're like, this is so random. What's going on? And
Yeah,
only
but
after the fact
yeah, but
when I
I think
researched,
that's
I
like
was
a
like,
us
okay.
thing. Which that
I
that
think
that stuff kind of made me like it more because I'm like, okay, I can understand
yes.
the aspect I was supposed to. I understand like these understanding or like the significance of certain things plugged in a lot better for me. I still don't. I definitely think if I knew the history, it would have felt different.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I I
Um,
think before I heard the history, I give it like a 4, and then after I heard the history, I was just like, all right, maybe a 6. Like that's just I can't.
I mean, I thought it was pretty fun, but crazy. I mean, the
Leo,
movie's all over the place. You've got like scenes with Brad Pitt's character beating up Bruce Lee, and and you,
oh, they got in trouble for that one, kind of. Bruce Lee's family was not happy about that. Um,
um, and then you've got
so
the scene with
do
the
you?
scenes with the little girl when he's playing the Western villain. Uh,
Oh
um,
yeah,
Leo DiCaprio is like
he's
talking to the little
great
girl.
at that
Yeah,
too.
it's great. Yeah, yeah. That movie's not great, but I had a fun time. I just didn't know what I was watching the entire time.
I tell you what, that cast though, we're gonna look back at that for like next 10 years and
And it
be
was all
like,
before they were. A lot of them was
yeah,
before they were big. Like Austin Butler's in
Austin
there.
Butler,
Sydney Sweeney's in
Margaret
there.
Qualley. I didn't even know. Oh yeah, Sydney.
She's like
Okay,
one
I
of
didn't
the
remember.
random girls. This is like
Oh
before
dang,
she was big. Yeah.
I think they. What's the Honora chick? I didn't watch Honora, but the
Was
one
it
who plays her, Mikey
Margaret
Madsen or something like
Qualley or
that.
something?
Margaret Qualley's in there, but Mikey Madsen as well. Is Mia Goth in there too? I don't know, but it's star-studded cast all around. If you like this, did you know that they're making a spin-off movie of this? Not really spin-off, but um, I'm kind of excited for this because I didn't like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that much, but I will say I loved I liked Brad I liked Leo's character. He was all right. I loved Brad Pitt's character, Cliff Booth. And they're making a Cliff Booth movie.
Oh yeah, I just looked that up. Yeah.
It comes out this year, directed by my boy David Fincher. So I'm excited. I would normally be like, I don't care. This is a cash grab, but it's David Fincher, and I'm in. So
What
when it
else did
comes
he
out,
do? Did he do?
I huh?
What else did he do?
Zodiac.
Seen
He did
Zodiac.
Alien 3. I don't care about Alien 3, but Zodiac. Um, he did. He
Did
made.
he do the Social Network?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I thought we talked about him earlier, but I thought I was
Yeah.
getting confused. Okay, yeah, yeah, I got you.
He's
Cool.
he's one of the best working. Did it Fight Club, Seven, Gone Girl.
I've never seen Fight Club.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta
That's why
see
I've never
it.
seen it.
Yeah,
I
you
know
gotta
that
see
I
it.
know about the twist.
The
Though.
rule.
I feel like that's gonna the twist at the end.
Yeah, I think that probably does. Well, to be honest, when I watched it, I was kind of like, it's okay. Like
A
I
lot of
didn't
these
love
movies,
Fight
a lot
Club.
of his movies has Brad Pitt in them.
Yeah, and he's I love him because he's definitely a plot twist director. If you like plot twists, he's one of the guys out there that you can definitely go to.
All
And
right,
what's
so
crazy, that's why a lot of people were mad about Alien 3. I don't know if do you I mean you know what a production like debauchery that was.
I don't
They
remember.
they
I just know that movie's garbage.
Anyway, they hired David Fincher, who was nobody at this point, hadn't made a movie. They hired him to direct this movie because they thought they could just boss him around, and they had no idea they had David Fincher there, and they wouldn't listen to him. They didn't let him do his thing, and he forever will not talk about that movie because of how much he hates it himself. And it's just like the studio they had, what was it, James Ridley Scott, James Cameron, and had David Fincher in their lap too, and they fumbled it. So anyway, uh, that's kind of interesting that you kind of like that movie.
I had a
The
fun time with it. I thought it was
Once
very
Upon a Time
fun. I
in
just
Hollywood.
didn't know where it was going, which was frustrating. I didn't know what
Yeah,
was supposed to be
it
happening.
doesn't make sense, and I
It
can't
was
give
just
it
kind of all
enough
over the place.
points. Yeah.
But yeah, I would say like the thing, like I'd probably score it honestly around the same as Iron Lung, which is kind of crazy considering Iron Lung is
Yeah.
what it is. I think I gave scores for everything as I was listing them or whatever. But those are like, in my opinion, like where they would score or where they should score ish as movies. That wouldn't be like my preference for them. I think that my favorite of those five, excuse me, would be like Ford v Ferrari, and then honestly probably Iron Lung because I like personally really
Jeez.
liked it. But
Over Shutter Island?
it's not better than Shutter Island or Social Network. It's definitely not, and
Oh,
it's
that's
not
all
better
Joe.
than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood either. But I
You would
liked it.
rank it higher.
I liked it better. I enjoyed it more, I guess. But like, I really enjoyed Shutter Island. Really enjoyed Social Network. Like, those are fantastic. And I had a fun time with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So it's The Nice Guys that I need to check out. I couldn't remember
The
those two
nice,
movies have like the same vibe to me. Even
the
though I'm sure
nice
they're
guys.
nothing like it. I think it's the poster or they came out around the same time or something like that. They look similar to me.
Well, it's two guys. I will say I like the nice guys significantly more. I think you're a Ryan Gosling guy. You're gonna love the nice guys. It's
Okay.
so good. It's
I
such a
can't
good time.
believe that you don't think well that you don't like Interstellar. I can't believe that you're not interested in Hail Mary.
Well, I wasn't because I just thought it was like the typical like nothing space movie of the year so far. But the release time being like 2 hours and 40 minutes makes me be like, maybe I need to actually check this out because that normally studios don't do that to a movie they don't believe in. They don't let it go
Super
two
long.
hours
Yeah.
and 40
Like I
minutes.
feel like it's gonna have like some substance to it. What's worrying me though, honestly, like when I first saw the first trailer for that movie, I was like, I'm in. That looks great. Because like it's not until the very end or whatever where you're like, whoa, I met an alien over here. And like that kind of seemed like it was gonna be like a much deeper, farther back into it thing. Like that wasn't what the movie was about. But that maybe that's like at the
Yeah.
climax or whatever type of thing. But the more recent trailers have it so he's like interacting with this guy a lot. So I think that it's going to be like within the first half of the movie is where he makes kind of, and like it's him building like a relationship with this alien and they're working together to kind of like save the world basically.
Hmm.
I think it's I mean I wouldn't say that it's going to be like as good as Interstellar, but I love Interstellar. But like to me it does give me Interstellar vibes. It gives me that like world's dying, planet's dying, something's happening, some climactic thing. We got to send one guy on a space mission. Get like
It just feels
big
like I've seen this
stakes, but
movie
like
too much.
big stakes, but like kind of a little bit of fun and heart in it too, not just like super crazy serious drama. But I like the crazy serious drama type stuff too. I don't know. I'm very interested in. That's one of my It's probably my top five most anticipated movies for this year.
I mean, I would. So there's Doomsday,
Yeah,
Dune 3,
is Dune 3
Spider
coming out this
Man.
year?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Spider
that'd be
Man,
up there.
The Odyssey, and then you're putting it there.
I personally am more interested in this movie than I am in the Odyssey
Oh my goodness.
or probably Dune 3, even though I'm going to like Dune 3 more. Like, I love Dune 1 and 2, but it's not until, like, those are about to come out that I start getting hyped up for it. And I wasn't hyped up for Dune 1. I just watched it on a whim and ended up loving it. Dune 2 I got hyped up for as it was coming. Like, that's not really something... Like, I don't think of Dune 2 in the way I think of, like, Doomsday or anything like that. Like, I'm like, I'm a wait. I'm good. When it gets here, whatever. It's
So
also
you're not
a little bit
you're
different because Dune 3 is like the second book. Like Dune 2 is like part 2 of book 1. Like
yeah.
it it's a different story. Same characters, I think, slash hope, but it's a
Yeah,
different story.
I'm pretty sure it kind of goes off the rails too. Um, yeah, so you're saying what you're more excited about, not what you want. Because if I asked you the question, if it came down to
From
would
what
you
I
rather
have,
have
like, would I rather have a Christopher Nolan Odyssey movie or would I rather have whatever Hail Mary
Project Hail
is?
Mary?
I I first I'm more interested in Project Hail Mary.
You're dumb. That's so stupid. I'm
Chris,
so
you
ex
know, like Christopher Nolan is such a divisive director for me. Like I don't deny
Why?
that the dude has the sauce, but like
Why?
half the stuff he comes out with, I think is like amazing. The other half, I think, is absolute garbage.
Well, you hate The Prestige. Is there anything else that
I
you
hate The
hate, even
Prestige.
though that's the best
I
movie
hate
like
his
ever?
Batman movies.
No, you hate the Batman part of it, but the movies are good, and you've acknowledged that.
Sure, they're like Interstellar level, which is like good, like 8 out of 10 ish. Well,
They're better than
Dark Knight
Interstellar.
is. They're not better than Interstellar.
Yeah,
The
they
Dark
are.
Knight, his best movie is Interstellar.
They're
Um,
all better than
no,
Interstellar. No, it's not. That's
it's
horrible.
Interstellar. I would say like Interstellar and Oppenheimer are like the two up there at the top, and
No,
then
you're
Tenet.
wrong. Tenet's not. I like Tenet. I do like Tenet. It's not up there
Nah,
though.
Tenet's up there. Tenet's up there for sure. Prestige is at the bottom. I hate the Prestige so much.
Oh
It's the
my
worst
gosh,
worst
Prestige
movie.
is the top.
I need to watch more of
Prestige
his
is the.
movies because apparently there's ones that are worse. But out
Have you
of all the
seen
ones I've seen,
Memento?
no, I've heard that's one that might be bad, but I don't
No,
know.
that one people love.
Okay,
I think it's all right.
but yeah, I mean, I need to see more of his movies for sure. But I don't know. I'm so bitter against him for like the fact
What he
like
did to Batman.
yeah, what he did to Batman and how he just completely destroyed any chance of ever getting a decent Batman movie. Please, James Gunn.
Well, now you got Andy Machete, and he's still gonna direct, but which is the guy who did The Flash. And then they
He's
have
doing
the
Brave and the Bold.
script. Yeah, and you also have the writer from Birds of Prey doing the script, I think.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath, but I mean, whatever.
I think she did The Flash as well. I could be wrong on that. I know she did Birds of Prey though.
I'm just so.
They got their
Look,
top guys on
look
it.
Cowl. Let's get Cowl. Like,
Let's get the cowl.
no, like, I'm the Cowl guy. I'm the Batman guy on here. So
Yeah.
frustrated, man. Why is the best version of Batman we've ever gotten based on the worst version of Batman from the comics? I don't understand. Like, why can't we get it right? Other than
Michael
that one.
Keaton, bro.
Michael Keaton's Batman is fine. It's fine. Like I'm not hating on
love it.
Keaton's.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we? And we're gonna come back and talk about Wonder Man next week, right?
If I get time to watch it. Well, next week there won't. This is coming out a little early. This will be the episode for the coming week, the first week of February. Because I have I got work and then I'm going on a trip for that whole first week, so I won't be back until like the next Sunday or Monday. If we can squeeze in a recording the first day or two that I'm back, I don't remember when I have to go back to work, but then we'll make it. We'll figure it out. But if not, then it'll be like within a week of within a week or a couple of days from this coming out. The next one will come out. I'm still trying to get us on a good schedule, but this was like me doing stuff and me having like personal stuff with trips and stuff like that I'm planning around. So this one's on me for sure. But I mean, we're still working it out. We're not nailed down on anything.
We're
right
fine.
now. Yeah. Well, I want to get like
Yeah.
consistency at the same time that we're getting like a schedule down. So we'll figure it out as we go. And I mean, even people who do release their stuff on a specific schedule, sometimes they just do their episodes early because of something. Like that's why I wanted to get Iron Lung out when I'm getting it out. So
Yep.
I think that's perfectly fine. It's all good. The Nice
Yeah,
Guys
have you
also
heard-
has Margot Qualley in it. I just noticed that.
I don't think so.
I'm looking at her.
What?
Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah. So those were the movies I watched. I liked all of them. They're all great. Um, I guess I'm probably gonna wait for Fire and Ash to come out on like Disney Plus before I see that and talk about it. Um, I just keep making Vandy mad every week in the comments, so we just keep talking crap about Black Panther.
Hey, listen, we give Black Panther its flowers. Black Panther is a good movie.
I think it's a great movie. I think it's like an 8 out of 10.
I think it's a good. Maybe. Um, Wakanda Forever is just sloppy. I'm sorry, it is.
Yeah,
it's
Wakanda
sloppy.
Forever is not as good. I don't know if he would. I think he's even said that like Wakanda Forever is not as good, but yeah, he I don't know, like he thinks Black Panther's like top tier, and I think Black Panther's a little overrated.
I think so too. It's still a good movie.
I still think it's good, yeah, but it's just.
But like in terms of like first movie among the heroes, it's not better than Cap 1, in my opinion, or Iron Man 1. It might be better than Ant-Man 1, probably.
It's better than Thor.
Probably better than Thor.
I don't know if it's better
Homecoming?
than Ant-Man 1. A lot of people. I would say, man,
I think I'd take it over Homecoming.
I'd say that one's close because I was like a notorious hater of Homecoming. It's just not until recently with that recent rewatch that we talked about a few weeks ago that I've started liking Homecoming. So, maybe Black Panther needs to be one that I rewatch soon because I haven't rewatched that. I've watched it several times, but I haven't watched it in years.
I think I liked it my first watch better than my second watch.
Probably. I just remember being even in theaters and being during that final fight scene being like, that just looks bad. Which isn't that's not the only reason that I'm not that high on it or whatever. I don't know. It's a mixed bag, but I think it's like mostly good. It's still way better than a lot of the other MCU slop we got.
Yeah. I feel it, you definitely feel the absence of Chadwick Boseman in terms of the MCU's plans. Sure. You kind of wonder like what would it have been like.
And in my opinion, like the like issues with Black Panther have nothing to do with Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman as that character is fantastic.
He's awesome.
Even Michael B. Jordan as the villain, fantastic.
Yeah.
Even Claw, if anything, like it kind of upsets me. Part of like what upsets me about it is what they did with Claw and how they kind of like
immediately kill
him off. He's like a major Black Panther villain. And you just get rid of them. But MCU has done that in other stuff. I don't like it when they do that in other stuff either. It's always an issue.
Yeah, I was mad they killed Claw too.
You also have, I don't know, like he doesn't have to be. It's kind of like the Homecoming thing. Even though I think Homecoming, I changed my opinion on it, so maybe I would if I watched Black Panther again. But like with Homecoming, I feel like he was just not Spider-Man for the majority of the movie, but he is upon rewatch. But Black Panther, though, I feel like pretty early on, he, maybe not early on, but like halfway through the movie, he like loses to T'Challa, or not T'Challa, he loses to, what is that? Killmonger. Yeah, he loses to Killmonger and then stops being Black Panther.
Well, because they think he's dead.
Right. And then, but he also, he loses the stuff because they take it out of him for the fight, whatever. They get rid of the powers or whatever for the fight, I think, or whatever. And then because Killmonger wins, he gets the powers. So like halfway through like the second act or whatever, maybe until like the end, he's not Black Panther from my memory. But I could be wrong about that. But that's just.
And everything kind of takes place in Wakanda, which is fine.
I like the Wakanda stuff. It's the other stuff that I think is a little bit lesser. Like when he's doing like the nightclub like raid and like chasing the cars and stuff. I don't know. I like the Wakanda stuff more than that, personally.
I think what I think is I think two things came up, and I don't know if it's because of Black Panther or Iron Man, but the suit stuff, it was cool when it happened. When you first see it, like one, the concussion blast punches, like when you build up enough force into him, that's cool. But in terms of like the nanotech kind of armor building that it has started in the MCU. Um, that's kind of I'm kind of like I wish they had not done that because now we'll never get an Iron Man suit up scene again. Everything's just right
Well,
on
I
them.
don't. I don't think so. I mean, we haven't watched Ironheart yet, but I would assume like her thing is pretty not analog, but it's not nano. I don't think her stuff is pretty
Yeah, I mean
pieced
I have
together.
well, I seriously doubt there's a suit up scene to the likes of like Iron Man 1 or the
Well,
Avengers in that.
yeah, but I mean, I feel like
But I also haven't seen it, so I
yeah,
don't know.
I feel like that part of that is going to be like her building the suit and stuff like that. So I feel like that would kind of scratch that itch you're talking about for that kind of a cool scene. I don't think it's going to be like
But
as
even like
iconic.
Ant-Man like hits a button and it's just instead of like he actually puts a helmet on.
I don't mind that.
I like
I
nanotech
don't
suits.
I don't like what?
I don't like nanotech
That's fine.
suits.
That's fine. I don't think of the Ant Man thing as nanotech, but like the helmet, I guess. I feel like the majority of his suit he has to put on, um, but
Yeah,
his helmet can
but the
like
helmet.
retract and stuff. Um, I don't like. I like. I'm really hoping that it's like a production thing that the web shooters on the new suit.
I do too, but from what I'm hearing, I think
If
it's
if it's
part of the suit.
if those are not like visible like that or whatever, then I that's it's peak. It's absolute like it's the new king.
Yeah.
Um, if not, then I think it's still like probably top three, maybe top four. But that's just,
Yeah.
I think it hurts it. But I do not like I like OG, like the Civil War Spider-Man suit, but I don't like the black lines. We can kind of I guess we can wrap it up with this discussion because I sent you something the other day about like it was like a picture of like superhero suits and like it was from a post I saw about people complaining or people arguing about like all the piping, I guess is what it's called, like in the MCU suits, how they have kind of like extra.
The paneling or
Yeah, they have
whatever.
like different. They have they called it piping in the thing, but I could be wrong. But like all the extra like detail that they put on like live action suits or whatever. Um,
Yeah.
which to me, like bar none, the MCU is better. Like they have a couple like misses for sure, but like they knock it out of the park with suits, in my opinion. Like 9 times out of 10, I think.
Yeah.
And you have like the extra like piping or like I guess
They
padding, but maybe not. You got like that kind of like layering and like different. You
they
kind
try
of
and make it
break
look
up
more
the suit
tactical.
a little bit, but also I don't even know if this is gonna show up, but like I don't almost like Power Ranger. Like this is like a MCU style like Power Ranger type thing, right? It's got
Yeah.
like the paneling like that, and the other one is just it's very kind of bland, which is very
It's like a spandex
it's more like
arm.
accurate, I guess, to like the comics, but it kind of looks better in a comic thing. I think like people complain about this stuff, and I think that on certain suits it's definitely complainable, and that's not what I'm complaining about when it comes to like Spider-Man in like the black stripes or whatever. I'm talking specifically about the just the way that they just needed black stripes to break him up, which I don't know why. I think that looked
I think
bad.
that I
Everything else
think
about that suit was great.
the black webbing on the homecoming suit is fine. I don't have a problem with
Yeah, yeah.
that.
It's not
My
the. I'm
problem
talking about the big
is the
bold lines that broke up all of his like limbs and stuff.
I don't like if you look at parts of his suit, it's like thin black lines that are like breaking up panels of it's not like even like any sort of armor. It's literally just lines that are sectioning off parts of the suit for really no reason.
Yeah, and that's what I don't like.
Yeah,
But as far
I'm
as
with
like
you.
the detail and stuff like that in the MCU, like when I like all the Iron Man suits, in my opinion, the like Infinity War slash Endgame suits are not the worst, but they're like I don't like those nearly as much as I like the early like Iron Man 1 through 3 suits.
Yeah.
Those are great, and that comes back to the nanotech stuff you're talking about. I agree 100%.
Yep.
Um, but like even those suits though still like look great, but the older stuff looks great. I think all the Spider-Man suits have looked good, with the exception of like the like ones that are like inside out and stuff like that. I think those look weird, but they look like they're supposed to, you know. So like whatever. The I don't really like the Night Monkey suit. The only
I don't
one that I
really like
don't
the
like
black and red.
oh, from Far From Home, I did
From
like that.
I don't
Um,
really like it, and
I
the
think I
silver
like that.
spider on the
I think
back.
I like that better than um, the Civil War one, to be honest.
No.
Um, I think Civil War and Homecoming are the same suit.
Yeah, basically. Yep. They might
But
have
I
adjusted a
do
little
not
tiny
like
bit, but
MCU. The whole reason I brought this up is I do not like MCU um, Iron Spider. I really don't like the MCU Iron Spider.
well, here's the thing. When it first got released and shown, and everybody first saw it, I don't know if you were in this camp. I was. We were like, peak, beautiful, love it. It's awesome. Now in retrospect, I'm like, I wish we got comic accurate Iron Spider because I think that would have been even more cool. But in the moment when you first see the suit at the end of Homecoming, you're like, that's like the coolest thing
I
ever.
like that we were getting recognition of the Iron Spider suit. I like that aspect of it. I like that,
Well,
like, wow, the
when you
MCU has
first see the
gotten to the
suit, you're
point.
not like, this is ugly.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I was fine with it at the beginning, but like we've reused that suit like 3 times now, and
Yes,
that's my
yeah,
problem. Uh, because like that's like his go-to default suit in No Way Home or whatever. Because it's just like, why wouldn't you use it if you have it? So he uses that for like until he can't, basically.
yep.
Which I like that they took that away and stuff like that. I like that makes sense. Really like that about No Way Home. Uh, I kind of, especially with it coming back in No Way Home, I wish they would have updated it. Like, oh, this is the Mark II. This is what he has, at least. Make it look better or whatever.
That's true.
For like Infinity War / Endgame, I'm fine with it. I was more so just happy that we got recognition of the Iron Spider suit. Like, oh wow, the MCU has gotten to a point where we have the Iron Spider in live action. It
Yeah.
makes sense or
And it
whatever.
made sense
Yeah,
with like how he got it. Like he turned down the job to be part of the Avengers,
yeah. You also
and the
see
only
it
reason
at
why
the
he
end
got
of you see it at
yeah,
the end of no
but
Homecoming.
he
Yeah,
goes after when he goes after the ship in Infinity War,
yeah. He sends
he
it up.
can't
Yeah,
breathe. So Tony's just like, "All right, here you go," and gives it to him.
yeah. But yeah, that's the whole thing. But like, I don't know, when people that's why I brought that up, was to talk about the Iron Spider suit. But that reminded me of the conversation about the suits and like people complaining about like all the extra
The
stuff.
over
I think that
design.
the um like
So
I
what do you
think
think about
Corrin
the
Sweat Superman suit is kind of like a little bit bad in that aspect. That would be my complaint about that one, to be honest. But when I think of like MCU suits, I think they knock it out of the park. I think Black Panther suit's fantastic. I think
what would
every
you say
Captain America
about
suit is peak.
what would you say about the Thor Love and Thunder suit? Is that over designed?
I don't think so. I think that like I think that I personally I hope that he gets an even more regal looking one in Doomsday.
I think I think it's a little much.
I think that for one, I think it kind of fits the vibe of that movie. Um, but I think that Thor over the course of the movies has been getting like more and more like regal looking or more flashy type of deal. When I've seen some people saying that like they're not. I saw one theory the other day that said that they don't think they're going to kill off Thor in Doomsday. They think that Thor is actually going to become like almost like a mythic legend type thing. Like he's going to become like God Thor basically. Like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
he's a demigod, but like he's going to have almost like Loki, where he has to step back from being involved with stuff or whatever. He has to kind of like take on a different role, but like become more of a mythic figure, which I
Yep.
like that. That would be cool. But yeah, I mean,
He's got to take care
I
of his
like
daughter.
all the. I mean, I don't think that the helmet looks good with all the CGI in Love and Thunder, but I think that the helmet design itself is cool. All the Deadpool, I mean, most of the Deadpool stuff wasn't in MCU, but the Deadpool stuff in MCU looks great. Wolverine suit looks great in my opinion. I mean, I think the MCU knocks suits out of the park, 9 times out of 10. Um,
I think they listen to their fans.
yeah,
In terms of when we complain, we're like we want less over design. That's been a big thing for the last 5 years. We've been clamoring for. And you look at the No Way Home suit, not No Way Home, Brand New Day. God bless. Uh, um, you look at the Brand New Day suit. It's not over designed. I guess the Final Swing suit. You know, uh, and you look at Cyclops suit in the Doomsday trailer, I don't think that one looked over designed. I thought
yeah,
that one was
no,
pretty
I
peak
agree.
in terms of comic accuracy. They didn't try and do something new and different. They stayed to the comics. So I think, and even look at the Daredevil suit. I mean, they didn't. the Netflix one pretty much nailed it, so they didn't really differ from it. They
Yeah.
pretty much kept it the same. So
Yeah.
they generally tend to listen to the
You
fans.
know, honestly, someone whose suit I have not been impressed with in the MCU though, and kind of consistently, to where I wish they would just do a like. I feel like there's always like a problem with it, and I'm always kind of unhappy with it. Is Punisher? I feel like they need to just kind
Well,
of
it's
commit.
hard for them to commit to.
Like I
There's
think
this
that Born
guy. He's
Again was
very
nearly
ground.
perfect. Just why is he missing like a quarter of the skull?
Well, that's kind of been his thing in his show, and going on is it's kind of tough to take such a grounded character and have him adopt, because in his mind, he sees superheroes as goofy, and corny. So it's kind of tough for a guy who views the world through that lens to dress up in that corny, goofy way. Like get the white gloves and the white boots
But no,
and
yeah, I'm not worried about that. Like it's not. I don't need him to go that far. But like, there's always, like they're always like, to me, they
it's a
almost
grounded
sacrifice.
view of it.
They like they make it grounded, but then they just won't go. Like they paint a big, like, skull
Skull,
on
but
him,
there's like
but there's
part of it
always like
missing.
parts missing, or like it looks slightly off or whatever. Like, just if you
That's
just
something that
make him
that's
look
something
tactical, but just give him the
because
full
that's
thing.
something Frank would actually paint. Like Frank wouldn't be a perfectionist about it.
I don't like.
What
Yeah,
about
but I need them
another
to
person who
give it the.
I think another person whose suits have been good when we've had him is Falcon as Captain America.
Oh yeah, and not
His
just
have
Captain
been
America, but
good.
even as Falcon. But yeah,
I mean, there's not much for the Falcon suit, but as Captain America, he's had some pretty good suits. Bucky hasn't have been given because he doesn't really have an iconic look, I'd say,
right,
besides the
right.
one in the Winter Soldier.
But like his outfits,
Um,
kind of like they look fine. Like none of them look
do you have
stupid.
a favorite Cap suit?
Man, that's what I was saying. Like I think all the Cap suits are just peak. I think I love all of them. Um,
I think the Avengers one is a little
the Avengers
the
one's
first
probably the
Avengers.
worst, but like even like
Yeah,
I like it a lot still. I'm like like to me the Avengers one Cap suit is like thank you for giving it. Like now you can go make it a little bit more gritty or realistic or whatever, like you do with Infinity War and Endgame, or even Age of Ultron, where he's got like the little harnesses or whatever. I think that's Age of
yeah,
Ultron.
I
Like
think
I think
so.
all those look
Oh well,
great. I just like
that
that they went full blown like comic booky for Avengers. I
yeah,
just wanted it that once, and then I think like it's kind of like peak. It's peak like them being Avengers, him being like a poster boy type of thing.
yeah.
Um, and then like and then we see him kind of grow into like kind of the suit and him kind of find their place
Morph
like that.
into a
Like
more
that's
yeah,
more like, oh, this iconic superhero from 50 years ago that was gone, he's like a legend. We got to give him like this awesome like superhero
and then he
suit.
turns into an agent, which then you take on a less flashy design.
Yeah, and the Cap 2 suit is great. It's subtle
It's
but
good,
great.
but it's just navy and white. There's no red really.
Yeah, but I think that it just works. I think it
It
works.
suits it. It suits it, but I would probably rank that, third or fourth. I think the Cap One suit is the one you're talking about where he does have the harnesses, and his red, I think, is actually one of the harnesses on his like midsection, the red stripes going downward. Uh, and then he's got like the actual military helmet as his cap helmet.
Yeah, no,
So
yeah, I absolutely like that one. But yeah, no, but in Age of Ultron, he has like the harness for the shield, and he's got
Oh,
like,
for the shield. I thought you meant like like a parachute harness type thing,
well,
because
it
that's
kind
in
of looks
Cap
like
One.
it looks very similar to that, but yeah, um, I guess Civil War is the same suit, I guess,
Should be,
as Age of
and it's
Ultron.
right after it.
I guess
It's
that
right
well, it's
after
very
it.
similar because he has the white armbands. I mean, Age of Ultron suit is so good.
Yeah, it's
Honestly,
really
my
good.
favorite one is probably Age of Ultron or Endgame because Endgame he's got the little like fish scales. And they're not like just ripped. Like in Infinity War, they're like ripped through his shirt. Like you could see him underneath, right? But in I'm pretty sure in Endgame, he actually has like Yeah, he's got the
Yeah, he
scales.
does. That is a good suit.
That's probably my favorite, man.
That is a good suit. I've forgotten about that.
Yeah, I love it. Like I was always kind of I always felt a little bit gypped or whatever. I always thought Cap looked kind of bad in Endgame because Cap is like this is like Steve Rogers just throwing on his work gear, it's all beat up or whatever, and just going to work basically. He's just got to do what he's got to do. And also, he doesn't have the shield, which has the payoff in Endgame where he gets the shield back. But he's got to use the like the Wakandan shield and stuff like that. It's
Yep.
just like Captain America being a different character. Like he didn't feel like Captain America. It felt like okay, Steve Rogers has to be someone else for right now. Same thing with like Bucky. They call him like the White Tiger. Or whatever. Like that's kind of cool, but I don't know. It's just like it's not. He's not like the
Fine
Winter
Cap.
Soldier or whatever. Yeah, but like I don't know. Like Cap is just such like the poster. But well, like Cap and Iron Man are both like iconic and poster boy for MCU, and like I feel like it was just like obviously Iron Man like is great in Infinity War, and I mean Cap isn't bad, but I always just felt a little let down with the Cap representation in Infinity War. So, but yeah, um, yeah, suits,
I'm
man, suits
torn.
are good. MCU knows how to do suits. I think
And
I
even look at the Fantastic Four as well. I mean, even theirs
peak, peak.
pretty like really good. Thunderbolts did them pretty good. Sentry suit was
Oh yeah, yeah.
pretty comic accurate.
You
They
managed to
went with the
make that
yellow.
suit like not look stupid, but make it look comic accurate. Well, I mean, it looks a
Yeah.
little stupid, but like it kind of makes sense for why it's stupid.
It fits your Captain America analogy where it's just like he's supposed to be the next poster boy.
It's like they're setting him up to be. This is like a PR suit type of
Yep.
deal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. All right. Well, we can wrap up with that. I appreciate you doing a late one here for you. You got work in the morning. I got work tomorrow night. But yeah, I just want to get on here and talk about Iron Lung some before the weekend hits. So, all right, yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap up there. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If you're still here, let us know how you feel about it. Let us know if you saw Iron Lung or if we have bad opinions on any of these movies we watched. Give us recommendations for any other big movies that like we've missed. We've missed a lot, but we've also seen a lot. Um, but tell us what your favorite movies are. Tell us what we need to watch that or talk about like if we have watched it. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good week. This has been Mask and Cowl out, and we'll see you guys later.
See
Bye.
you guys.